Well, I thought I would do a day with me kind of video. So this morning I've woken up and I didn't record, so this is going well. I've had 2 eggs in one of the Slimming World wraps with a little bit of mayonnaise and some salt and pepper. I've had a cup of tea with semi-skimmed milk, and I've just nearly finished the black coffee that I'm drinking. I've been watching YouTube and catching up on everybody's vlogs as best as I can, and I need to go and get dressed because I'm going out today. I'm finally ready for my morning. I've finally got dressed. I'm using the hack that if I prepare to go to the gym, then I have to go. Even though I'm not at work today, what I have done is I put on my new swimming costume. It's quite a boring one, but it only cost me £1 from a charity shop. It's a size 14, so it's not too big for me. If anything, it's slightly on the smaller size, but I think you can get away with that with the swimming costume. And I've put that on. I don't really like going around without a bra on, I'm not gonna lie, but you need to have must, don't they, when you're trying to be self-motivating. I haven't done my hair or anything. I've just brushed it, put on some moisturising cream because obviously you can't go swimming with full face of makeup. So, and it's good for my skin also. So this Friday is like a self-care day in a way, not in the terms of pampering because I need my roots doing horrendously, but in the means of I'm going to go swimming. So I've packed my gym bag up. I'm going to make myself a black coffee. And this morning I'm going to a craft-like kind of thing. I've had my breakfast already, so I'm fueled for the next for the next activities and for the day. I'm not hungry. I am a bit busy today. I want to fit in this craft morning. I need to go swimming. I've got to pop to the electricians, I was just going to say, and that's not going to help me. Oliver's car broke down, which you might have seen that a few weeks ago, and the electrician, again, what are they called? Mechanic. Yeah, that took me a while, didn't it? The mechanic that was supposed to be mending it has not shown up, so I'm going to go and have a word with a mechanic that I know and see how he feels about taking a look at it and things like that, because Oliver didn't know him, and to be fair, he's really stressed out and upset about it. I've tried to keep out of that, to leave him to it, because he got really moddy and ratty with me, but he has now politely asked me to help him out, so I'm going to go and do that today. I have got to do some tidying, and Oliver said he wanted to go for a walk with me tonight, so we'll probably do that. Yeah, all in all, Friday looks good, fun, but I have got stuff to do, so I'm going to start and get on with that. I'm going to make myself a black coffee now, and actually I might take my water. I'm going to take my water because that's better for me, and I'm going to go for my craft morning with a friend. Just dawned on me, Katie booked this for me. I actually don't know what the craft is that I'm doing today, but it's nice just to do something outside of work and something for yourself, and I really like Katie, so should be a nice morning. Well, I've arrived here and I can't see Katie, so I'm going to head inside, see what today holds. The craft morning ended up being making beeswax candles. We learned a little bit about beeswax, about how it was low toxicity and environmentally friendly, and then they taught us how to wrap the wax-like sheets that they provided with around a wick. We were free to make our own designs, so I went a little bit off piece because other people made 3 and put them on the thing. I made 1 big one with 3 wicks, and then they taught us how to make the moulds. It was really fun. Well, I've completely got waylaid and totally forgot that I'm recording my day. So as you've just seen, I have been to a course with my friend Katie. We've made beeswax candles. I quite liked it and enjoyed it. The only thing is the little bees wouldn't stick on, and I've carried it out and a couple have fell off. But overall, it was nice just to take a bit of time for myself and away from day-to-day tasks, I suppose. I quite like doing arts and crafts. It keeps my mind busy, and doing something new is always quite interesting. It was nice to see Kate as well. But such is life. It would have been nice to go for a coffee with her after. However, life is just life and I'm super busy. So I've just popped into the Aldi because actually it's 12:30 now and I had my breakfast this morning and I thought that'll do me most of today and I'll just have a snack in between. But I forgot to bring some high five bars. I have drank almost 1.5 of these and I'm working on that, trying to up my water and not drink tea and coffee all the time, which I don't know, I'm not doing right good at that today. Then I have popped into the Aldi. I bought myself a salad box, you know, one of the plain ones without any dressing. I'm vegetarian, so with no chicken or anything on. It's just got like lettuce, carrot, bit of cucumber. I wish I had more cucumber actually. It's mostly lettuce and carrot. Bits of sweet corn, which is all free. I bought some corn, do you know the chicken slices? So I put half a packet of one of those on, and then that'll do me for my dinner. I'm quite satisfied with that. I've got to go and speak to Rob now, the mechanic. I can't remember what that's called now, about Oliver's car. So I'm just gonna nip in there, and then Tia was gonna come swimming with me, but I've just rung her and she's got to be out for 2 o'clock, so it's gonna be too late for her. I've got my swimming costume on, so I'm not backing out, and the plan is then to go swimming. Where the hell does the day go? So it's now 2 o'clock. I know where the day goes, but I think I just try to fit too much into it. So I went to speak to the mechanic. We had a good chat. The actual mechanic that I wanted to see wasn't there until Wednesday. I'm no further forward and I was there about half an hour, but I can go back on Wednesday, so I will do that for Oliver. I have then popped into my mum's for a cup of tea because I was really thirsty, and I thought, well, I'm swimming, feeling quite tired. I feel a bit like I'm trying to put this swimming off, but I'm not gonna. So I've been and seen my mum, so that's another job done. And now I say job, but it's just making sure that I put time in with people that I should do. So I've had a cup of tea, so I'm now at 2 o'clock and I've just pulled up at the gym. So wish me luck, because now I'm gonna go for a swim. I say wish me luck, but I'm in my new swimming costume and I'm quite looking forward to it. A bit of me time again. Like, Friday has become my me day. Like, it's been quite nice actually. I'm a little bit tired. I don't know why, but I feel really drained and like tired and there. So I think going for a swim will be good for me. My body still aches from doing Pilates. So my muscles down my spine at the bottom hurt. My stomach muscles hurt. My arms a little bit hurt there, and more my hips, like around my hip joint. So hopefully this will help loosen me up and help me recover a bit. I'm not going to really push it. I think I'm just going to swim for about an hour and see how far I go. And I'm back and I went swimming. I have wore my Fitbit, which I'm wearing more regular now to keep an eye on my activity, because I got really slack with that. I've swam for an hour, but for some reason my iWatch, it's a Fitbit, won't sync at the minute, so I don't know my distance, but I know that I've swam for an hour. I've drunk loads of water just as I've come out, and now I think I deserve to go home and have a cup of tea before I plan what I'm having for my tea. I don't know what I fancy. To be honest, I'm not that hungry after what I've had today. I might make myself an omelette, or I might go and get a stir fry. I'm not really sure, with some protein. My body aches a little bit less after that swim. Do you know what? I've just been thinking, when I swim, I do my best thinking and assessing and what's the word? I put things into perspective and I think things through. And I do that best in two situations. One when I swim and one when I'm asleep. As crazy as that sounds, if I've got something on my mind that needs resolving, I will go to bed. I literally think about it while I'm asleep and process it. And I generally wake up with a more level head and generally a plan as to what I'm going to do. That also happens quite well when I'm swimming. I don't really know why, but I think it's because I'm preoccupied, so my mind's clear and all I'm thinking about is whatever the issue is or whatever I'm thinking about. And while I'm swimming, I don't think about everything else in life that I've got to consider. Whereas usually my mind is just like, it's so sporadic. It goes from one thing to another and it's constantly thinking about all the things I've got to do, resolve, think about, and everything that's going off in the world, from World War III to what I'm having for tea. So swimming allows me to process that a lot better. So while I've been swimming, I've just been thinking about my journey, about what I want to achieve, about how I feel about myself. I felt so much better in my swimming costume, and then I was thinking about being quite proud of myself that a size 14 swimming costume fits me and supports me quite well. And like, I never ever in a million years thought I would get there. Then I was thinking about where I wanted to go, and I was like, a size 12 would be quite okay for me, but I'm not sure. And I was thinking that through, and then I was like reassessing the target that I'd thought of the other day, and I do think like 12.5 stone is a good place for me to get to. I think it's quite reasonable, it's quite obtainable, it's far enough away for it to be a target, but not too far that it becomes overwhelming. And then I was thinking about reassessing that, and that's okay. I can reassess it when I get there and we'll set a new one, and hopefully I will be a bit more where I need to be. I was then thinking through the fact that I'm really hard on myself and say really negative words to myself, and that I need to stop that. And then I was thinking about how I used to think about myself and what I do now, and I do think that is ultimately getting better. And I was thinking about a lot of things. And then it got to a point where it was like, what will it be like when I actually do get to a goal where I want to stop? And I actually thought to myself, at the minute, I'm not ready to be where I want to be. It's this thought process started because I thought, oh, I wish I were there now. And then actually I really thought that through, and I'm like, actually I don't. I'm not ready to be there yet. I'm quite enjoying this journey. Really and truly, I'm quite enjoying working on myself. I don't feel comfortable going to the gym classes and exercising regular. That is an effort rather than a day-to-day natural thing. So I'm not ready to be where I want to be weight-wise because I'm not there everywhere else. And I was thinking this through while I was swimming, and sorry, this is like really deep and a bit like oversharing, I suppose. But actually, I'm not ready to not be concentrating on my weight, because for me, with the weight loss has come working on my self-esteem, my behaviours, my previous traumas, my anxieties, breaking down barriers. And while I've got this weight loss journey here, it's motivation and a reason to work on everything everywhere else. And I think if I was where I wanted to be weight-wise, like if I called Target tomorrow, I'm a bit worried that I wouldn't work on the rest of the stuff as much. And to me, that's probably more detrimental to me long term and overall, like my overall well-being, than what the actual number on the scale is or clothes size. So here I am every week wishing away these pounds and thinking, oh, I wish I would have lost more. I wish I would have lost more. Well, if I really think about that, I don't really want to lose more. Not that I don't want to lose more, because that's a stupid thing to say, but losing slowly prolongs this journey for me. And the changes that I've made so far along the last 2 years, I'm really happy with, and I feel a better person. I feel better in myself. I think if I look at my life collectively as an overall well-being, mind, body and soul, life, the kids, family, work, everything, I am so much happier. But truth has it, I'm not ready to stop working on that yet, because I'm not where I want to be. And that is in conjunction with me with doing this weight loss journey. And I'm quite grateful that keep like ploughing away at this and the weight. Actually, I don't just lose the weight, I'm losing a lot of things that were negative to me, and I'm gaining a lot of positives, and I feel a lot more mature, a lot more emotionally mature, I should say, a lot more settled, a lot calmer, a lot more in control. And I quite like that, and I'm quite enjoying this journey that I'm going on. And I'm not saying that if I got to a target weight that I have to stop working on this, because you don't. But for me, having the weight loss journey to concentrate on means that it forces me to work on everything else, and it forces me to self-reflect and do things that are outside of my comfort zone, to set myself new targets, new challenges. Just, it's like this whole thing is affecting everywhere, and I'm not ready for that to be over yet, because I'm not there yet. I'm still mean to myself with the way I speak about myself. I'm still hypercritical. I still like pull myself down. I find compliments really difficult. I sometimes am not level-headed, and I'm sometimes dramatic. I'm still anxious about going to classes. There's a lot of things that I want to work on, and little things keep happening. Like yesterday, I spoke to Gary about my weight openly, and I never do that with people in real life. And that's like a little milestone that we're always such a massive barrier. Like, I used to hide my weight and the vulnerability, and I used to put this really strong front on, and I like that I'm slowly dropping that, because it's not easy being like strong all the time and pretending everything's okay when it's not. But it's almost easier to pretend that you're not vulnerable sometimes. It's hard to open up and be honest and eat to strangers and to people that you know. It's quite a difficult place to be. And I weirdly, I don't like going through it, but I like having them challenges there, and like making small, tiny steps forward. So I know this is probably boring for people watching it, but for me, it's really, really, really important that I recognize the tiny steps that I'm making, and that I air off and voice off and identify when I feel uncomfortable, but also when I make them little tiny steps of talking to somebody about something that I'm uncomfortable with, or putting myself in a situation that I don't feel okay with. Because the easiest thing to do is to hide from it, and by not hiding from it, I face it, and then I'm one step closer to it not being an issue or not making me feel uncomfortable. And it allows me to see the things that are issues for me in my life and overcome them, and I'm quite enjoying that. So do I wish I was at my target weight and where I want to be? If I'm really honest, no, not yet. I mean, I don't want to put weight on, and I don't want to just maintain. I want to slowly lose it, because I feel like with each pound that I lose, or each half a pound I lose, or each week that I'm working on that, I'm working on so much more. And I've just been swimming. I'm not going to lie, I actually quite enjoyed that. That was a nice swim and a nice bit of exercise. I'm proud of myself that I've been. And it's made me feel better. And I'm glad that I did that, because I was so close to not wanting to, but putting my costume on this morning meant that I kind of already committed. So it was nice not to just cop out and think, sod it, I'm going home, because Oliver's finished early, he's at home now. And I could have quite easily just gone, oh, I'll go home and we'll spend time together and get on with his Friday evening. I'm really glad that I've not done that. I'm actually really, really glad that I've not done that. So I'm going to pop off now and stop rambling and talking crap. But an hour swim, tick. And I've done that. And on to the rest of my night. Well, I thought I was going to go home and have a cup of tea, but I got home, made myself a cup of tea, and Oliver's had some really bad news. So his car broke, and he's spoken now, it's like 4 weeks later, to a couple of mechanics. He was really hopeful that it was going to get mended. However, now they've told him it's scrap. So the poor guy has owned the car and driven it for 1 week. And then now he's just found out that he's back to square one. is a little bit sad. So I drank half of my cup of tea, and then we really want to watch the John Wick DVDs. So I went to the charity shop because I haven't seen them and I wanted number one. I haven't found John Wick DVD. Lo and behold, if you're looking for it, it's not there. I don't even know where you buy DVDs from now other than online, which I might have to now order it online because I'm sick of looking for it. But I've bought a ton of DVDs. I've bought him some sweet treats, and then I've bought myself a jewellery storage mirror. I have loads of like what I call flash trash that I like to wear on a daily basis. At the minute it's in loads of boxes and I can't really organise it and see what I've got. Do you know, so I can pick something each day. That's part of me trying to make effort with myself. So this was in the charity shop and it's absolutely brilliant. I've paid £15 for it. I don't know if that's a bargain, but I'm hoping that if I cheer Oliver up tonight, he might put me up tomorrow and then I can put all my jewellery away nicely. So it's not expensive jewellery, it's just bits of stuff that I've picked up that I really like. Yeah, I couldn't resist that. It's now 6 o'clock. I'm going to run and get Oliver a pizza. I'm going to have sushi, I think. I've had no sins today. I'm going to the Lidl. Even though I bought him sweet treats, I'm going to stay strong. I am trying to cheer him up, but yeah, it's not easy when he's as stressed as this, and I do feel for him. Like, it is horrible. So I'm just trying to cheer him up, but I actually have not stopped all day. So I have had a wonderful day. It's been a lot of self-care, reflections. I think I've been pretty good on plan. I don't know how many sins the sushi is going to be that I'm going to pick up now, but I'm going to stay well clear of these sweet treats. I'm going to leave them to Oliver because they are for him to cheer him up. And ultimately, my sins of today will only be whatever my sushi is, which I've not had any sins, so I should be absolutely fine. I've had my healthy bee, and I might treat myself to, I'll see how many sins this is, and I might have a high five bar. I'm not going to drink. I'm just going to have a nice night. I might pick Oliver a beer up and we're going to have a chill out DVD night. He's in the bath at the minute while I'm running around getting stuff to cheer him up a little bit. I'm not going to record anymore because I think I'm just going to try to make him feel a bit better. But that is my Friday. I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me for today. Seeing what I've eaten and what I've done. I think I've got quite a productive, positive day. So roll on Saturday.